Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. So, Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can work really well.
Very nicely done. Chance! Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's Mendes. It's a promising position.
When you have Edwin van der Sar in goal, it's like having an 11th outfield player. He can make every kind of save and get his team on the front foot.
Has a great gift for distribution, doesn't he? Almost assists.
Exactly, he's a playmaking goalkeeper who likes to trigger attacks as soon as the ball ends up in his possession.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And that could set him on his way. Now, can he find a finish? Nuno Mendes. Chouameni has played it back. Oh, well played, well played. Barcelona yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Knocks it into space. Vinicius Junior has it out wide and in space. Lahm delivered. Impressive jump. They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And it's Chouameni. A lot of space ahead of him. Distributed tidily. Lahm plays it in.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Bruno Fernandes. Played towards the other side. Vietnam have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really.
the way...
Oh no, this does not look good. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. That'll be a throw-in. Lam is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Lam, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Valverde. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nice bit of trickery. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
That's put paid to the danger. Schlotterbeck. And here's Hullet. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Bruno Fernandes goes short. Oh, such a clever touch. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Can he spark a counter here? Well-timed, excellent interception. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Tchouaméni engages and forces him off the ball. And here's the chance to counter. It's come to nothing. Romero. Lam has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Here's Tchouaméni. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Hullet. That's the keeper's ball. Nuno Mendes. So what can they make of this? Thuram. Nuno Mendes. Lovely feet. And it's Valverde. That's the end of the first 45. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Those of you making their way home
views on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. We're on the move again. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Tchouaméni, and it's Bruno Fernandes. Valverde, now looking to orchestrate a counter. Bruno Fernandes promptly onto that, and that is that. Pass somewhat off target. Pullet absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties. Welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Chouameni. Pullet. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Mbappe. Lam. Valverde. And it's Lam. Oh, this looks sharp. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Ball comes in. Defending of the desperate variety. Bullet currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Lam. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe has got himself a free kick.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Yeah, it was pretty clear the manager's not been getting what he wants out of his players, so a substitution was going to come. I think it could have been sooner.
It's Valverde.
Number 20.
Lam receives it in a good position here. In towards the back stick. And the Sar claims it safe hands.
Substitutions taking
Lam.
place.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's nice. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest.
And the shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. Chouameni. Barcelona perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
And it's Chouameni. Tries to play it through. And this is Ibrahimovic. Schlotterbeck did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Neatly clipped into space. Oh, well played. Check clears.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Lam. Oh, that's neat.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Nuno Mendes. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Now it's Yildiz. Here's Chouameni. Romero cuts it out. 5 minutes left on the clock.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Good ball, good take. He's having a shot! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, is this it? Have they won it? That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Barcelona now on the verge of victory, save for a few potentially hectic final moments.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
That is lovely. That's a good ball out wide. That's very neat. Quick look. He leaps for it.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's it. They chased and chased, but it wasn't to be. Barcelona have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Ibrahimovic claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there we have it, Jim. A game seemingly destined for stalemate, but then the ultimate smash and grab.
Barcelona really wanted this. I mean, look at those players now. Some are barely able to move. They squeezed every ounce of energy out of themselves to get this result, and congratulations to them.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
Hello, everybody,
Gorgeous,
and welcome
gorgeous
to
evening. The
today's
skies are
match.
clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now. Well, five at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just three in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. And the shot! No, not quite.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now he's off and running. Pass somewhat off target. Bruno Fernandes. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, when it comes to being very watchable, Peter, I don't think you'll get much better than Vinicius Junior. His raw pace, added to the infinite amount of trickery he has up his sleeve, are sure to cause any defence no shortage of headaches. He just needs a better final product at the top level.
I think the opposite... Can he finish? It's in! Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Head over towards the opposite flank.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Oh, that's nice. And it's Tchouaméni. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Haaland, and the shot! That's another chance! And no mistake! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about...
Valverde! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Distributed tidily. Lan. He's looking wide. Now the ball in. He's rising! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Well, that looks a decent ball. And this is Hullet. Varane defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Not the most accurate pass. That's good running with the ball. Now it's Haaland. Valverde. And Hullet! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bruno Fernandes. Showing good feet. And this is Hullet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's had a shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. Van der Ven with the clearance. Deftly away. Romero. For Varane. And here's Hullet. And it's Valverde. Chouameni. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Now he's got space here. Rafael Varane. A lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's running through. Thuram. There he goes, motoring forward.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Swung over. Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
1 minute added time.
Valverde, he can run onto that. Thuram receives it in a good position. Decent chance! It's a goal! And again they hit the front. He knows it, and that is indeed the final act. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Just a quick reminder.
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Haaland! And yes, it's there! What remarkable powers of recovery!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Quite a game this, all square again. Can he finish? And he has kept it out somehow.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Vinicius Junior. Number 18.
That is great defending, so alert.
Coming on the field.
Vietnam
number
have the
7,
chance to go the other way.
Number 20, Ibrahimovic.
Bruno Fernandes is in a really good position out wide. Bale. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Cleared without hesitation.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Hullet being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
And here's Haaland. Played out to the left flank. Ibrahimovic gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench.
Shot, surely! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Bruno Fernandes. Number 22, Federico Valverde. Coming on the field, number 17, Judas.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Patrick. Substitution
Big
taking
chance!
place.
And it's hit the woodwork and out! Very nicely done. That pass isn't the best. Bale. Nuno Mendes. Lam is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Ibrahimovic gets flagged offside. Knocks it out wide.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Great vision. And this is Ibrahimovic. Shifted it to the flank. Lam clears it away.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Yildiz. Lam. And it's Pedri. Can he get it through? And he's in on goal! Bale! They've got to be quick to recover this. And it's been hooked away. Well, they could break here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Eze. Knocks it into space. It's Ibrahimovic! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. And he has been fouled there. And it's Varane. Oh no, what has happened here? Ibrahimovic is the guilty party there.
Substitution on the field. Number 25.
So changes afoot here, and from both
Mendes.
sides.
Coming on to replace him is number
Passing is
14,
crisp and sharp.
Alex Grimaldo.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yildiz. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Picked up, and he shoots! And he's stuck it away! And they get themselves in front!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Vietnam have their lead.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And it's made its way to him.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Eze. And here's Vinicius Junior. He's on it, can he get away? Now it's Vinicius, chance for a shot! He's keen. Determined to have his say.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Vietnam clearly now in lead preservation mode. Konate gets it away. Shifted upfield. Lam gets across and deals with it. Lam has it in a wide position.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Foden plays it short. Van der Ven does well to get it back. And he can thump it away. And that is it. A real high-octane conclusion. Barcelona were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways. But in the end, they fell just short. Effort unrewarded.
You'll be able to catch today's match.
So there it is. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and
all the
welcome to
ingredients for a
today's match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. That is a brilliant interception.
When you have Edwin van der Sar in goal, it's like having an 11th outfield player. He can make every kind of save and get his team on the front foot.
Has a great gift for distribution, doesn't he? Almost assists.
Exactly, he's a playmaking goalkeeper who likes to trigger attacks as soon as the ball ends up in his possession.
Nice interception, well timed.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's there to clear it. And now they... Oh no, what has happened here? Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Hullet. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Shapes to shoot! Wanted to outwit the keeper, but a shade off target.
There's no doubt he made the right decision, but without the right result.
Vinicius Junior. Lam. Now, can they get him away? Now, that's a fine challenge.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Barcelona still without a single shot on target. And here's Thuram. That has been slung wide. And he's gone backward here. And it's Tchouaméni. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. They're urging him to shoot. Over to the right flank. Lahm delivers.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Tchouaméni. Picked out brilliantly. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, this looks sharp. Konate makes the interception. Threads one in. Bruno Fernandes has the space to scheme. Tchouaméni. Valverde.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Lahm. Pullet wants to run onto this. Bruno Fernandes.
Vietnam definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Now it's Mbappe. Half an hour played now. And they've got rid. And reclaimed it in a trice. Tchouaméni. Some really good ball movement. Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. It's a pretty loose pass. Valverde is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Pullet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. No, that's been intercepted. Can he spark a counter here? Looking for the run. And this is Pullet. He is through here. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go. Knocks it into space. Oh, there's a probing ball. Nuno Mendes. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. Lahm. Nice control. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And the referee has signalled for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. Back underway then.
Barcelona really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Tchouaméni. And it's Mendes. And here's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe. Mbappe gets on his bike and on the move. Now it's Pullet. Valverde. Here's Tchouaméni. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That's tidy. Valverde tries to pass it through. And that is expertly dealt with. Thuram. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. It's a good foot in there. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
He's got plenty of space out wide here, and it's Lam. Bullet being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter,
Oh, he's all alone! Decent chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. It's their second corner of the game.
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Chang. Number 11, Vinicius Junior. Number 22,
Foden with the short one.
Federico Valverde.
Here's Foden,
Number
hoisted it.
6,
Getting up there!
Bruno Fernandes.
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Number
I think he's
20,
done great there, both
Ibrahimovic.
reading it and dealing with it.
Number 7, Bale. Number 5, Pedri. Number
Firm
17,
header just off
Judas.
target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Bale, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And here's Yildiz. Lovely bit of skill. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Lam is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Now it's Foden. Foden running with the ball. Barcelona still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
It's run loose here. And this is Ibrahimovic. Spread it left. Foden receives it in a good position here. And it's Valverde. Chouameni. Yildiz. Now it's Bale. He's shifting through the gears here. Here comes the cross. And he shoots! And it's in! And that could well be the winner!
Well, you can see what it means to all of them.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful,
Hello,
clear
everybody,
evening.
and
The
welcome to
conditions
today's
contributing
match.
to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and Vinicius Junior! And it's a goal! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
That's the purpose and intensity they showed from the first moment. They really...
Great chance! Pullet is flagged offside. Ibrahimovic, spread out to the left. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Well, played right into his path. That's an untidy challenge, free kick given. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. DiMarco, foot in. Now it's Valverde. Now, can they get him away? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Foden. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Tchouaméni charging forward, the ball at his feet. Good ball over the top. And this is Ibrahimovic. He's played it long. Oh, can he get onto this? Valverde. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Great defending, strong and determined. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Konate. And he goes cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Valverde gets into a good position. And here's Vinicius Junior, forced to go back. That is a brilliant interception. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
It'll be a throw-in. Ibrahimovic gets on the end of things as a matter of habit.
Vietnam always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tempo.
And the shot! And that has left him in a heap. Gets a good foot in there. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's fabulous. Ibrahimovic. Chance, surely! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, nice touch, that's beautiful. And a header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
And if you do have a chance today, please take some time out to give your support to our Better Stadium Fund.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very
Hello,
nicely
everybody,
here.
and welcome to
Gorgeous,
today's
gorgeous
match.
evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. So Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can...
Shapes to shoot! Glorious! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Impressive jump! And that's a good finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Barcelona restore parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And it's Valverde. And here's Hullet. Takes a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! But he's left disappointed.
Well, that face says it all. I think I'd feel the same way, not that I was ever an expert at finishing or anything like that.
Nuno Mendes. He's a sharp little ball here. He is just caressing the ball. Valverde. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
It's loose now and they want to get it back. That is great defending. He's having a shot! And it's come back out to him. He's got a goal! And they're back in front. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter.
Bullet! Nearly, but not quite.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
And it's Mendes. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nuno Mendes. Mendes just loves to go forward whenever he can. And that was asking for too much.
Hullet clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior has got himself a free kick. Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Opts for safety. Turan chasing after it. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That has not gone well. Good running, strong and purposeful. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bruno Mendes. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We are just getting started. So, Jim Beglin, what is your interpretation of the way they appear to be lining up?
Well, it could be a disguise, Peter, for something else. And that five at the back can easily produce wing-backs. If that's the case, I think, you know, it might end up a three at times. Admittedly, though, if they do play deeper and in line with the centre-backs, then we can take it that they don't really want to give much away. That'll be foremost in their minds. But essentially, it depends on the two wide players in that defence. If they push on a little bit more, we could see something very different.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. Passing is crisp and sharp. Couldn't squeeze it through. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And it's Lam. Incoming delivery. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Lam is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, nice touch. Tchouaméni. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And the shot's on here. Now that is a hefty challenge. Goes down, but nothing given. Now, what about a counter-attack? Tchouaméni. And here's Thuram. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Thuram clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Valverde. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Thuram. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And he was alert to it. Pull it. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He's picked his way through. And that's played in low. Van der Ven attempts a clearance. Barcelona have it back and can go again. There's the shot! Valverde to Bruno Fernandes. And the counter is on. Great defending, strong and determined. Konate. And they've switched it over to the other side. Can he get it through? Now it's Valverde. That's an excellent interception. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Knocks it into space. Oh, well measured. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Bruno Fernandes. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Foden. Varane deals with that comfortably. Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Vinicius Junior. That is lovely. Space for him to turn and look. Looks across and plays it in. And that has been cleared. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Bruno Fernandes. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. And it's Valverde. Stood up well to him there. And that brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the
Hello
break.
attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. With the father of a boy in the green backpack, kindly
second
contact
period is
a nearby
underway.
member of staff.
0-0, and we're at the halfway point.
Number 18, Tao. Number 11, Vinicius Junior.
And
Coming on the
Hoyt!
field,
It's
number
bounced back off the
20,
post.
Ibrahimovic. Number 7, Bale.
They've been denied a chance to
Substitution in
develop
progress.
any rhythm in the passing department.
Foden cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate.
Great chance! Bruno Fernandes clears without hesitation. Lahm. That ball looks a good one. Varane kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Barcelona come out of the tunnel having... Ibrahimovic! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He's got a goal! How they've waited! Now they have it! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Substitutions taking place.
Barcelona are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Now this could be a shoot! Bullet is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Nuno Mendes.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Valverde. Almost an hour gone. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
everybody,
A
and
clear
welcome
night,
to
all
today's
the
match.
ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So things are underway. Well, five at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just three in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think you...
Chance! And he's done it! And we have liftoff! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Tchouaméni for Varane. And it's Varane. Tchouaméni. And it's Valverde. Van de Ven. And it's Valverde. And he's been shifted off it to Bruno Fernandes.
Barcelona are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Guardiola. Bruno Fernandes. Aimed beyond the defence. Bruno Fernandes getting up there!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well timed, excellent interception.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Tchouaméni. Nuno Mendes. Konate over to the other side. Tchouaméni, probing pass, chips it through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And it's Mendes. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Lam did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Tchouaméni. Pull it. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Bruno Fernandes, steaming on goalwards. Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Pull it. Tchouaméni.
Barcelona certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. And it's Lam. Here's Tchouaméni. Valverde. It's Ibrahimovic! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! About as smooth as it gets. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the giving.
Vinicius Junior! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And now a sudden chance to counter.
There will be 1 minute
Played
added
through for the
time.
wide man. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Thuram. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Just eases him off the ball. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
But it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! Into the lead once more. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Vietnam with the lead. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Konate. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Chouameni. Lam.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bullet being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. Bullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Vinicius Junior picks it up out wide. Quick look, then plays it in. Bruno Fernandes clears without hesitation. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Van der Sar with the clearance. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Vardiol. And this is Ibrahimovic. Vardiol. Barcelona have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And here's Vinicius Junior.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That is a little undercooked. He's in a great position here. And it's made its way to it. Shoots! And for a moment, time stood still.
Substitution on the field. Number 6.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 22.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Number 11. Vinicius Junior. Number
Hakimi.
18. Turner.
Jose.
Coming on the field. Number 9.
And it's Vitz.
Bellingham. Number 41.
And here's Vinicius Junior.
Number 7. Bale.
Good ball,
Number
good take.
20.
Oh, great leap! It's a goal! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now, can they get him away? Now, this could be a chance.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Out for a throw. And it's Bellingham. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good fly! And that's a good finish. And they get themselves in front! Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Ibrahimovic might just make this. And he's had it nicked away. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Schlotterbeck.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Oh, good spread. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Schlotterbeck cuts it out. Chouameni. And the pass is intercepted. Chouameni. That is a great pick out. And he's straight offside. Vitz has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Rafael Varane. Lahm.
Oh, really well played.
And that will be it. Barcelona perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.